Hey guys, it's Coach Keith Keppner, and I help anyone from any level get to the next level in boxing. In this video, I'm going to tell you the number one way that beginners give away their intentions, and I'm also going to give you a total of 3 things that you need to watch out for, with the last one being my number one. Now, why should you listen to me? Well, I've been a professional amateur boxing coach for going on about 15 years now. I boxed under my father, who was a professional boxing coach for decades. He was coached by Chuck Bodak and mentored under him as a fighter and as a coach. And Bodak worked with over 50 world champions and was the Olympic coach for Muhammad Ali. All right, now, with giving away intentions, this is something that plagues beginners, but also many levels of boxing. And what it really boils down to is taking something that you do unconsciously, that you don't realize you're doing necessarily unless someone tells you you're doing it, bringing it from the unconscious and bringing it to the conscious level. Because if you don't do that with these things, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. You will say, I'm not very good at this stuff, because until you bring it into your awareness, you can't do anything about it. So let's bring it into the awareness first so we can do something about it, take care of it, squash the lion while it's still a cub before it grows and takes over your entire career as a boxer or your entire time boxing. Now, we're going to go in reverse order. So number one being the last, we're going to start off on number 3. Number 3 is how you give away your intentions. You look at what you're about to hit. So when you're going to hit someone in the head, you look up at their head. When you're about to hit their body, you look down at their body. When you're going to hit someone over here, you look over there, look over there. You're looking at everything. When you're watching out for a certain punch, you'll look over at that punch. That is how you give away. Sometimes I've seen people, beginners, even look to the way they're going, right? They're going to move this way and they look off that way. Your eyes. The eyes do lie, but they also do tell a lot. They can tell, if you don't have a good poker face, quite a bit. So it's a good thing to make sure you master. Watch the most information-rich areas of the body, which is right here, the center of the chest, and that's it. Use your peripheral vision for everything else. That's all you need. And if you train it, you will build it into your toolbox. All right? So that's number 1. Now, I have a 6-week program, guys, coming up. It starts June 16th, and it's only for 10 people. And what it is 42 days of boxing training, where every single day I give you a new combination, a new footwork drill, and a new defense drill, along with road work and a few other things. And it's done in such a way that you can do this every single day sustainably. You're not going to burn out and just tear yourself down. You're actually going to build out your level of really just your ability to just execute these moves automatically, because that which you do infrequently does not make a big impact. But if you do something consistently and frequently, but just not so much that you wear yourself out, it makes the biggest impact, right? Think about if you were doing your schoolwork and you only do schoolwork once a week, you don't get very good at it. But if you're doing it every day, and if you're also doing your homework, like watching videos like this, as well as doing this program, it makes a dramatic impact. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent activities every day. So if you're interested in that, guys, click on the link below. And the best part is, it does cost money, but guess what? When you complete the 42 days and every day you send me a video of you doing this through an app where you and I communicate, then you get my elite level custom program training. You get 12 weeks for free when you complete it. It's pretty freaking awesome, guys. Go check it out. All right, so going on to point number 2. Point number 2 is you load up or you try too hard, because some of these terms in boxing can be unspecific or just not clear. So the term loading up, right? You're cocking for it, things like that. But really, at the end of the day, what is that? It's trying too hard to throw your punch. And so what that does is that ends up making it obvious. It gives away your intention for what you're looking to do. But this also applies to footwork as well. People can load up too much with their feet, bend the knees before they go too much. It could be a problem of they're not having their knees bent enough before they move, so therefore they have to drop down a little bit before they move. But sometimes if they're going to go for it, they'll lean back a little bit to launch themselves forward, and that is giving away their intentions because they're trying too hard. Remember, smooth. Just focus on being smooth, and the smoother you make that movement, then the faster you can make it and the less tell there is with it. With a punch, if I focus on shooting out a smooth punch and then get it with enough timing and the way Bodak would say, proficiency of movement, then that creates speed, creates power, right? Versus trying to maybe load it up, rear it up, try too hard, because then also there's a delay. So there's a tell, but there's also a delay. So instead of being here and shooting out the shot, you're here and that little delay goes before you go, or you drop it down, or if you're going to step, you pull back before you step in with something. Those little things, those nanoseconds or microseconds or whatever you would call them, fractions of a second, are decades in the ring, and will put you decades behind other people that master that and overcome that. And when you start seeing it in other people, or if you don't already, it's a huge advantage for you. All right, now the number one thing that beginners do that gives away their intentions is they think about what they're going to do before they do it. That's the biggest thing. That's the big macro concept. They're thinking about stepping in before they do it. They're thinking about moving their head before they do it. They're thinking about throwing a jab or throwing a punch before they do it. They're thinking about the thing before they do it. I know you might be saying, well, Coach Keith, particularly if you're a beginner, how do I do the thing without thinking about the thing before I do it? Well, these are all stages and all levels. So when you're beginning, you are going to have to think about it. That is just the nature of being a beginner, because it is not ingrained into your unconsciousness, into your automatic motor activities, that you can literally do this thing and not think about it at all, literally be intoxicated, be half asleep, and still execute and build up those reactions. People say muscle memory. That's a sloppy term, but it is a useful term in the sense that it's out of your conscious state of mind, so it feels like it's even out of your mind itself, where it is all movement activities do occur here, but it's just occurring. You're letting it happen. Now, how do you make that happen, though? All right, with enough time and with enough repetition. The mother of skill is repetition. So if you repeat it, don't underestimate the power of constant repetition day after day after day after day after day. But the key is mindful repetition. What do I mean? Not going through emotions. So just here and doing like what I'm doing, where I'm like blah, 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 talking. That's not going to be enough to actually, that's not repetition. Why? Because you're not focused in the moment. The neural pathways are not getting ingrained. The myelin is not getting wrapped around it, all right? There's not those deep learning that occurs from focus. No distractions, frankly, no music, no nothing. You are focused, locked in that moment on exactly the feel, what you're doing, and it's a brilliant thing as far as just for mental health, but also it's a brilliant thing for you to increase your skill as a boxer. You do that, then you start using it in sparring and things like that, and then in your fights, and then it becomes automatic activities that you don't even have to think about. So it's basically almost like your whole body is this whole group mechanism that works together with independent actors, that you as the manager or executive functioner don't have to be there every moment that each part of your body is doing these things and being consciously thinking about it. It's just occurring so that you can save the highest thought or highest level thinking for the executive function and not having to think about every basic motor movement that you're trying to do. And that is what happens when you're a beginner, but it gets ingrained over time. It's like those 4 levels of competency, right? 2 of incompetency and 2 of competency, where the lowest level is you're completely incompetent and you don't even know what you don't know. Then the next level is you know what you don't know. Then the first level of competency is it takes all of your mental focus to do what you know. And then the last level is you don't even have to think about it and you just do it. It takes no thought, right? So it's very powerful and very good. All right, now that you know these 3 things to watch out for as a beginner or intermediate, because to be clear, guys, this applies to everybody. There's things that pop up. There's things that crop up. There are weeds that grow automatically. You need to always prune your garden as a boxer, or if you have a physical garden itself, or a house or whatever. Now, we have that idea. Now we need to know how to design drills, because drills is how we make that repetition happen, all right? So in order to do that, make sure you check out this video right here, and I'll see you right there, guys. If you enjoy this video, also, you make sure you drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. Also, give me a like, share it with someone that you think might benefit from it as well. Great way to support the channel is to drop a super thanks. Buy me a cup of coffee. I use it for coffee to keep me up all the time and make me do what I do. And lastly, guys, consider being a channel member, because there's some videos on here that are only for channel members that you would benefit from greatly. I'll see you there.